Yaya Mayweather officially facing life in prison after this. Yaya Mayweather, world heavyweight boxing champion Floyd Mayweather's daughter, made headlines last week after an altercation with a woman near Houston. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Before we begin, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and check out the link in the description to enter a chance at winning our Apple products giveaway. Yaya Mayweather has led a relatively quiet life compared to her father. But after a run-in with one of Youngboy's baby mamas outside of his Texas home, things escalated quickly. Yaya and Youngboy's romantic history has been extremely confusing and hard to follow. While Youngboy has recently claimed he is single, Yaya has maintained that the two are in love and hinted at their engagement on multiple occasions. When she found her lover with another woman, Yaya went berserk and now faces grave consequences thanks to her actions. Although some have speculated her father's name may grant some mercy towards her, others have been calling for Yaya to take the full weight of a life sentence. Thanks for tuning in to Flexoffenders, everyone. Today, we'll be taking a look at Yaya Mayweather's case and how her love for Youngboy landed her behind bars. Don't go anywhere, you won't want to miss this. Since their relationship began a few years ago, Yaya has been constant and firm in her love for Youngboy to the point where some fans began to worry about her. While Youngboy has publicly declared his love for Yaya and referred to her as his wife in the past, he has flipped the script quite a few times. Most recently was last month, when he took to Instagram story to claim that he doesn't have a girlfriend. With things constantly in the air between the two, things were bound to get messy, and they often did. Not surprising, this isn't the first time the couple has been in a tense situation together. Just last year, on Inherited Blankety Blank, as he described the perpetrator slashed the tires on Youngboy's Mercedes. His frustration and comments led fans to believe it was Yaya who had made the move. Though neither party admitted to anything initially, Youngboy's tell-all single about their cocky relationship, Dirty Liana, confirmed to us that she was indeed the slasher, among other things. It's the first time anyone has been sent to the hospital. Liana had the wealth and status most of us have always dreamed of. So what could have caused her to go into such a violent rage? Keep watching as we reveal the shocking events that have Yaya Mayweather potentially facing life in prison. Things started out pretty normal that day, said the deputies that responded to the call. However, no one expected to arrest Floyd Mayweather's daughter on a Friday night in Houston. Yet, that's exactly what happened in what can only be described as a bizarre catfight over a 20-year-old rapper with 5 kids. It all began when Yaya showed up at Youngboy's home unannounced and found his ex and mother to one of his children, LaPatra Jacobs. According to police, the two women engaged in an altercation after Yaya claimed that she was NBA Youngboy's fiancé and told LaPatra to leave. Refusing to leave, LaPatra was making her way back into the home when Yaya made contact and the two exchanged blows. Things escalated as the women moved into the kitchen where, according to police, Yaya grabbed 2 knives in desperation. According to our source, Yaya charged at LaPatra with one of the knives, after LaPatra stepped closer to her, thus provoking the charge. Another struggle ensued that resulted in Yaya stabbing LaPatra multiple times in both biceps. Paramedics soon arrived and Jacobs was rushed to the hospital to treat her injuries. First responders found LaPatra on the kitchen floor before taking her to the hospital and performing emergency surgery on both of her arms. Although her wounds proved not to be fatal, Jacobs was still lucky to be alive. While Yaya only managed to pierce through the flesh of LaPatra's biceps, any deeper would have proved deadly. Inside the bicep lies the brachial artery, which, if cut, could lead the victim to bleed out in minutes. Once police made their way to the kitchen, Yaya was arrested for felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and taken to county jail for processing at 1:30 a.m. Saturday morning. Based on new court documents, a Texas judge has ordered Yaya to follow specific rules after she was released on bond. Due to the incident, Yaya is prohibited from having any contact with LaPatra Jacobs, and it specifically states, "Do not go within 1,000 feet of the residence or place of business of the complainant or any member of her family. Do not go within 1,000 feet of any child care facility or school that the complainant's children, if any, may attend." Additionally, the judge ordered Yaya not to be in possession of any weapons and is prohibited from drinking alcohol or taking drugs. Yaya was able to make her bail soon after her arrest and was seen with Youngboy in his IG story the day after her arrest. Since the incident, Yaya has been trending on just about every platform imaginable. With the shocking news of her violent fit, many are split as to how they feel she deserves to be punished. Some voices, such as talk show host Wendy Williams, believes the young influencer deserves at least a decade for her crime. Most states have moderate sentences for aggravated assault, but Texas takes the crime a little more seriously, and depending on the degree she's charged with, Yaya could be facing up to 99 years in prison and a $10,000 fine as an added bonus. Though little has been released regarding her official court date with her recent outlash, many are lobbying for the wild young star to spend time in prison, or at least away from her boyfriend. Liana hasn't always been the center of such a train wreck. In her early life, she was a bright student and managed to graduate high school 3 years early. With so much free time on her hands, she decided to build out her personal brand and amassed 1.2 million followers on Instagram. Enjoying her money and fame to the fullest, Yaya then met Youngboy. Since then, she's been nothing short of obsessed with him, and despite their many public and private fallouts, she has maintained an almost unhealthy loyalty to Youngboy. Yaya and Youngboy have never officially confirmed their relationship status together, which we believe to be the root of their problems, and it ultimately led to the stabbing incident. Although this altercation was the first of Yaya's to go viral, it's not the only time she's confronted one of Youngboy's side chicks. Back in February, a video surfaced of Yaya rushing a woman at a hotel and starting a fistfight with her. Shortly after the fight broke out, Youngboy hopped out of an SUV to try and break the fight up, but failed. After trading blows, Yaya was escorted off the premises, and luckily for her, no charges were brought up against her. With her obsessive tendencies and violent outbursts, it's clear to see that the two are involved in a toxic relationship. From Yaya's point of view, the two are in love and destined to be married someday. However, after taking a look at Youngboy's relationship history from the past year, it's clear to see why there's doubt. Youngboy has hooked up with rapper Kodak Black's ex, Dash, welcomed a child with former girlfriend Jania, hooked up with up-and-coming female artist Young Lyric, impregnated ex-girlfriend Kaylin for the second time, re-sparked his love with Liana, and then was found with another woman outside his home. And those are the girls we know about. He has never been tied down and doesn't seem eager to start now. That's not to say that Youngboy doesn't love Liana as well. In his tell-all diss single Dirty Liana, the rapper reveals some of the darkest moments in their relationship. He starts by confirming the infamous tire slashing rumor and goes on to explain why he doesn't commit to his supposed wife. In the heartfelt second verse, Youngboy reveals that the reason he doesn't want to commit to Yaya is because he's afraid that she'll hurt him. What he wanted instead was to have a child with her, as he has had with the other woman, as a way to ensure she'll always be around in his life. However, from what the song tells us, Yaya refused his request to have a child together because she wanted to have a more traditional relationship and at least be married before having children. Heartbroken by the rejection, Youngboy decided to end the relationship and continue his previous playboy ways. With his fear of commitment, the pair's relationship was doomed from the start. However, despite their many ups and downs, it should be mentioned that so far Youngboy has always come back to Yaya. Despite the fact that she came to his house and stabbed someone in the kitchen, he was with her the next possible day, supporting her through his newfound beef with Kodak Black. Kodak, who is currently incarcerated on numerous felony charges, took to social media where he took a swipe at NBA Youngboy. Some shady sources claim that Youngboy fully cooperated with the police once Yaya was arrested, while it was later clarified that the 20-year-old rapper cooperated with the police by not interfering with their investigation. The damage has been done. After Kodak shared his initial thoughts and teased his former collaborator, NBA Youngboy unleashed a fiery expletive-laden rant. He then enters the room where Yaya appears to be sleeping, calling for her to wake up and appear on the camera. Youngboy sits on the bed in front of her and continues to rant that he's never taken a dime from her blankety-blank daddy. As the beef between the two of them heats up, Youngboy has seemed to buckle down on how much he supports Yaya. With all the drama surrounding Yaya and Youngboy, it's tough to say whether this will end up being good or bad for them in the end. It's said that there's no such thing as bad publicity, and while that's mostly true, spending a life in prison for some publicity doesn't sound like much of a deal. What started out as an innocent love for a boy seems to be spiraling further downward each day as Yaya has proved time and time again that she's willing to throw everything away to be with Youngboy. Youngboy also held a lot of influence over Liana and her actions after the two first hooked up. At one point, Yaya decided that she wanted to leverage her following to begin a career in the music business. With her superstar boyfriend, mainstream success would be a piece of cake, or so she thought. However, after writing and recording music to preview to her fans before release, she was met with trolling and devastating reviews. While we're not sure what will become of Yaya Mayweather, we can be sure of one thing: the situation will worsen the longer she stays with him. It's only a matter of time before more people are injured, or worse, someone ends up dead. What do you think will become of the Instagram star? Will Yaya be able to beat her case and stay a free woman? Or will she be forced to serve life behind bars, effectively ending her career before it can really begin? Thanks for joining us on Flexoffenders, everyone. Tell us what you think in the comments section below. And before you go, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and check out the link in the description to enter a chance at winning our Apple product giveaway.